Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are taking a road trip.
We're heading to Arusha, guys. Arusha, baby, here we come.
Arusha is in Tanzania.
It's about 5 hours from Nairobi. So we are on our way to see beautiful Arusha, Tanzania. Beautiful highway connecting Nairobi to Arusha, Tanzania. This was a long road trip, but as you can see, the kids are reading. I'm glad they took their books, because without them having their books, they would have been complaining that the trip is too long. But road trips sometimes are not designed to be short. Sometimes they can be long. But the amazing thing was we could see nature, we could enjoy the smooth ride. It was a beautiful road trip. In Kenya, I know we talked a lot about the roads, but when you compare Kenya to most African countries, I think Kenya really has some good roads. Yes, there are sometimes when you go into the localities, you see roads that are not paved, but most of the time when you're connecting one district or city to the next, you see that the roads are well paved, which is good because it eases transportation and makes goods and services move well. That's why Kenya is a top economy in East Africa.
So we did pass through some little towns on our way to Tanzania. They were not as big as Nairobi, but they were still very busy. And then we came through this river that we're told that during part of the year the river dries up, and then when the rain comes back, the river comes back as well. It was really fascinating to see things like that on our way. We did stop for a little bit and took a look at them. You can see how the roads are still looking great, even in these little towns. The roads are still looking great with no potholes. It was just a smooth drive all the way to Namanga, which is the border between Kenya and Tanzania. We did come across so many trucks transporting goods from Kenya to Tanzania and likewise. So we were told that this is the main route that goods are being transported from Tanzania into Kenya and from Kenya to Tanzania. We had to be careful while we're driving, to be very vigilant with such trucks on the road. You don't want to get caught in an accident for reckless driving. So this road is really busy, very busy. It's a busy road between Kenya and Tanzania.
We're in Tanzania, baby, here we go. Namanga one-stop border post. So we are now inside Tanzania and we are heading to the border post to make sure we clear all immigration requirements. We were also surrounded by a few traders trying to sell their items. The views were also gorgeous. Our kids could see the mountains in the background, and they were excited about it.
Yeah, we are in Tanzania. After 5 hours, it's up to 5 hours. It's up to 5 hours, about 4 hours, right? We left the house at 9.
Yeah.
10, 11, 12, 1. So it's 4 hours. And we stopped on the road.
Getting a couple of stops.
Yeah, we're not in the road. So we're in Tanzania.
So these four, 1,500. These two, how much?
400.
So these four, 1,500. Yeah, you give me my gift. These two.
No,
Okay.
please, no, and you know, please.
How much are you going to take this for?
Okay, all 500 for delivery.
These ladies are not joking. They are in business. You see how they are negotiating prices, and my husband is not easy himself. He was dealing with them, trying to match their prices or negotiate in his own way that he could. It was really funny. My kids were laughing so badly. It was really funny to see. I think in Kenya, every touristic area you go to, they are always there trying to sell their beads, like chains, earrings, just arts and crafts. And they have very beautiful things, really beautiful things that you will not see them everywhere. They are really good.
Yeah, they have a lot of unique items, and that's the thing that I like, because sometimes, items that are not manufactured in factory. These are items that are homemade, and you know that it takes a lot of detail to produce arts and craft from homemade designs. So when we took off from Nairobi, our goal was to head to Arusha, but we ended up in Namanga. We still got to Tanzania, but it wasn't the Arusha. So Arusha is still in our minds, but we didn't get there in this trip, just because we were told by the immigration that in order to go that far, there were some requirements that we had to meet. But we still had a good time. We took lunch in Namanga. As you can see, these are lots of trucks getting ready for the trip to Nairobi. So they all gather around here and make sure they clear all the procedures with the customs, and now before they head out to Nairobi.
Yeah, there were also trucks here coming from Nairobi, right?
Yeah.
Waiting to clear the border to go into Tanzania. This was a packed border. The border was really packed, with so many trucks waiting to be cleared on both sides.
That tells us there's a lot of business between these countries, because there's a lot of trade between Tanzania and Kenya. You can see all these lorries moving goods and services back and forth.
Yeah, and they speak the same language. Tanzania and Kenya, they
all
speak Swahili.
They all speak Swahili, that's true. Yeah.
We did drive quite a distance to get to the restaurant where we were having lunch, and then we came across this accident. You see a truck lying across the road. This was really scary, but nobody got hurt though. Nobody was, but the driver came out. Alright, so here we are at Rooftop Lounge. This is where we had our lunch.
Rooftop restaurant was a very beautiful restaurant. I can tell someone really took time to invest in this piece of structure. But the one thing that I noticed here was that the staff need to pay more attention to what the customers are looking for, because when we ordered our food, it took a while before we could eat the food. But again, the area looked beautiful. You can see we're enjoying the beauty, taking some pictures around the Rooftop restaurant. There's also security. That's the one thing I noticed about Kenya and Tanzania, especially Kenya. Before you go into any public location, there's always someone checking to make sure that you're not bringing any item that you're not supposed to bring in there. You can see the beauty of the Rooftop restaurant. It's well laid out. We're just admiring the beauty and trying to figure out where we should sit. So we were also trying to enjoy the view by sitting on the top portion of the building, but we were told we could not go to the second portion of the building because kids are not allowed in that area because they serve alcohol there. So we had to abide by the regulations because it's important to abide. So you can see it's a long wait. You can see my daughter trying to figure out things to do to keep herself busy because it was a long wait. Yes, but overall it was a very beautiful restaurant. And finally the food came. But after a long wait, we were just wondering why they didn't tell us it was going to be this long. We understand that the food was prepared from scratch, so by the time you get the chicken ready and cook the meal and everything, it takes a while. But it's always good when you let the customers know, or even ask us if they can give us something to hold our tummies while waiting for the food to fill our tummies. That part was a little annoying. This is what 100,000 Tanzanian shillings is going to get you. Now to find the equivalent to Tanzanian shillings, you got to divide 100,000 Tanzanian shilling to 18. That gives you a rough guess is this may be the equivalent of about it's just my guess about $40 American dollars. We're done eating, but it's funny. I'm sitting here trying to hope that I have a good number of subscribers, but my brother and driver John says, "What's the name of your YouTube channel again?" That was funny, guys. This I tell recording Black Lake because he's in our midst and we like taking pictures idea. Channel name is
I want to be cool. I want to look like this. I know, man.
Hello, I'm one of the advocates for a borderless Africa. So our plan today was to spend more time in Tanzania. We ended up spending just a couple of hours just because when we were trying to push further into Arusha, we realized that we couldn't go through because of visa issues. Here am I trying to enjoy Africa. I'm going to an area where I end up, I'll spend in the hotels, I'll spend in the restaurants. I'm contributing to boost the economy. But then, for me to get in, I'm being told I'm supposed to pay $100 per person. Me and my children would have been about $400 just to get into Tanzania and spend a few hours. How does that benefit Africa when we are all about these borders? You got to ask yourself, what does the area have to offer? Yes, the area is beautiful, but if I'm spending $400 just for a few hours to see what's available in Tanzania, is that really what we should be doing in Africa? We need to consider making our continent borderless because it attracts tourists, it attracts foreign investment, it attracts foreign spending. So I'm all about a borderless Africa. Now, one of my experiences, which I must say, which was a little bit concerning to me while I was in Tanzania, was the kind of customer service I received from this restaurant known as Rooftop restaurant. We got to this restaurant, we're hungry, I'm sitting there with my kids and my friends and my wife. Here's also my wife, let her join me so we can explain what happened. We have to wait for more than 30 minutes just to be given a cup of water to drink. And this is a place where we ended up spending about 216,000 Tanzanian shillings. That was not our expectation. We were just expecting to have a basic meal, but it ends up being a costly meal and the customer service was zero, guys. Rooftop restaurant management. I'm not trying to bash the management.
No, we are not badging the
Yes.
restaurant even.
Yes.
But
What we're just trying to say is that improve on your customer service.
yes, they need
I like-
to train their workers better.
Yes, I think we all need feedback. So this is just feedback. Don't take it negative. See it as a way to improve your business model.
Yeah, they need to train their workers, good customer service. The lady came and she was frowning throughout. She was serving us. She was frowning because she brought everything late.
Yes.
So, but the food was good though.
Yeah, and then again to emphasize a little bit about my border issue. I think that I and my family being charged to pay about $500 just to get into Tanzania
And then with how many other people?
for a few hours and be back, and all my crew that I came with, I mean, that's money that if I went into Tanzania itself, I'll end up spending more money,
Yeah.
you know, on other services that are being offered to me than just going to the border and spending money. When you start giving me such amounts, it discourages me to even want to be in Tanzania. So
Yeah.
this is just my feedback. I'm not saying I'm in no way an immigration expert. I'm not wanting you to consider me one. I'm just saying how I felt about what I got and how
Maybe we would have spent
my experience in
We would
Tanzania.
have spent about $700 at the border just to get in
Yes,
for all of us in the car.
For all of us in the car.
Before going in there to go eat and then pay other experiences that you want to see. So that was just so we just had to come back a little earlier than we planned.
Yes, we could have stayed longer if we felt like we had value for our money, but it's okay. I mean, this is just our opinion.
But we enjoyed the view.
So we enjoyed the views, and that's why we're still standing here making this video. Look at the mountains, guys. Yes, on another note, the views are good. You can see.
We enjoyed the views.
Yep,
It was a good road trip.
good road trip. Yep.